Hey guys, Monica Taylor. Thank you for hopping on and checking out this video here in this event. I really appreciate it. I am a 2-star diamond Team Beachbody coach. I am an online health and fitness coach, and I'm a mom of 3, a fitness enthusiast, and just a lover and passionate about clean eating and health and fitness programs from Team Beachbody. I fell in love with Beachbody programs around 4 years ago. And so for those of you that don't know, Beachbody is the creator of at-home fitness programs like P90X, Insanity, TurboFire, 21 Day Fix. And about 4 years ago, I was in a really, really dark place. I was at the heaviest I had ever been at that time and just really struggling. How many of you know what it feels like to just put on a shirt and you're standing there looking in the mirror and you're just trying to stretch it out because you're just super uncomfortable, and you take it off and you put something else on and you're doing the same thing and you just really feel like not yourself in your own body? That's kind of where I was at. I had done about everything under the sun when it came to health and fitness and just couldn't find my niche for what would work for me. I tried boot camps. I'd always been an athlete in high school and in college, but I was also a recovering bulimic, and so I struggled with food and what it did to my body. And so I was just in a really, really dark place. I was a single mom at the time, and I was presented with this opportunity to join a challenge group, kind of like what you guys are in here learning about today and over the next course of the couple days. And I, hopped on board with this fitness program called TurboFire. This crazy blonde-haired lady, she was doing some dancing and kicking and all kinds of crazy, moves. And I was like, there's no way. And Shakeology, I fell in love with that and the nutritional value of it and what it did for my body. And so I jumped into this, this challenge group, and I was just completely engulfed with women who were just like me, women that were struggling with body image and self-confidence and food issues and just really being healthy. And so I started on this journey, and, at the time, right around that time, I lost about 30 pounds with TurboFire, and we got pregnant with our second son, and I had a really healthy pregnancy, but it was also a really scary pregnancy. He was actually a premature baby and diagnosed with a congenital heart defect at 2 weeks old, and ended up in the hospital when he was 6 weeks old for about 45 days in the PICU, which is the pediatric ICU. He had stomach surgery when he was 3 months old, and he had open heart surgery when he was 6 months old. And so during that time, fitness was kind of my outlet. I was in the hospital a lot, and obviously there's not a whole lot of, great things that you can eat while you were in the hospital, but I had these challenge groups to really help me stay on track and keep going. And along the way, I was just able to inspire other women who were just like me and struggling with the same things. And so, they really helped support me through a really, really trying time in my life. And it wasn't shortly thereafter that I became pregnant with our third son. And I was already, I was dealing with postpartum depression. So for those of you that have ever dealt with that, you know what that's like. And I already struggle with anxiety and depression anyways. And so you throw in, having medical issues with a child and, being in the hospital for so long and then going through all of that. It was just a really, really trying time in our life. And so, we got pregnant with our third son. I mean, literally, we were just home from the hospital after my second son's surgery. And so, just going through all of those emotions and all of, the fear that something was going to happen again. And, I still stayed plugged into my challenge groups. I was still leading women every single day who were battling with some of the same issues that I was. And it just really helped me stay on track. I was, I learned during this entire process how to really have a healthy pregnancy, what clean eating was and how to fuel my body properly. I drank Shakeology all through both pregnancies because my doctor loved the nutritional value it gave both me and the babies. And I drank it while I was nursing them just to give them that extra nutrient boost. And so I came out of that third pregnancy and I was just really, really in a funk. And, obviously having two babies within 13 and a half months of each other, it did a number on my body. And so it was like I was starting all over again. And so for those of you that feel like you're in this place in your life that you just don't know where to go and you just don't know where to turn and you feel like there's no way out, that's kind of where I was at. I felt like I was trapped in my own body. For me, I'm 5'3", and at the time I was pushing about 235 pounds, and that was the heaviest I had ever been in my life. And so I refocused on my nutrition, which I'd already kind of been doing that, but it was just ready to really time to dial it in. And so I stayed plugged into my challenge groups and I recommitted with them, and I was in the trenches with them every single day, battling it out day in and day out, struggling with those, that self-confidence and just really pushing through those struggles. Have I been perfect in my journey? Absolutely not. I preach to my challengers all the time that we strive for progress, not perfection, because we will never be perfect in life ever. And so it's about learning that balance. And so I really teach my challengers about the 80-20 rule. And that's really focusing on clean, whole eating for 80% of the time. And 20% of the time it leaves it for girls' night out or celebrating a birthday or, a wedding, whatever that may be. And so I kept pushing, and that was a little over 18 and a half months ago. And since then, I've lost 75 pounds and about the same amount of inches. I am the fittest I've ever been after 3 kids at, in my mid-30s. And I just feel great. And so I love that my job is to help you feel the same way. I get to be there every single day teaching you about, clean eating, teaching you how to stay on track, teaching you, ways to make it possible. I'm a mom of 3 guys. I run a full-time 2 businesses. My husband works overnights. And so I have an 8-year-old who plays 3 sports on 4 different teams, so we're constantly at something. So I understand what it's like to be busy, and that's why I created this Busy Moms group, is because I wanted to be able to teach you guys how to make yourself a priority in just 30 minutes a day. I work out 30 minutes a day, and I focus on my nutrition, and I've been able to really make this a healthier lifestyle. That's one of my biggest components, is that this is not a diet. I don't use the D word. In fact, it's not allowed in my challenge groups, because we are truly focusing on making better lifestyle choices and making this a commitment forever. Because like I said, you're not going to be perfect, but if you can learn the tools to be successful, that when you do fall off, then you can just get right back on. And that's what these challenge groups are for, is they're really there to help support you and hold you accountable and, help you when things get tough. Because how many of us can say that we've tried things, we've tried going to the gym, we've tried, having a personal trainer, and if we don't have someone there constantly every single day and we fall off or life gets tough, because we all know what happens, then we just feel like we're lost. And so these groups are there for that reason. I'm there every single day, and so are the other women, and it's amazing the community that you're just surrounded with, because they're just like you and I. And so, if you've ever thought about doing a challenge group, or maybe you had no idea what a challenge group is, and I'm sitting here telling you that, there is a way out of how you're feeling. And I understand what it's like to be sitting there feeling absolutely miserable with yourself, looking in the mirror and just being completely disgusted with where you're at, and knowing that you can do better. Because at the end of the day, in order for us to truly take care of our families, our kids, our spouses, we have to be able to put ourselves first. And I know as moms, that's hard. One of the hardest things for me to understand along the way was that I had to be a priority in order for me to take care of everyone else. And so by just working out 30 minutes a day, guys, I haven't stepped foot in a gym in almost 4 years. And I've been able to see the results that I have. And it's not a quick fix. So if you're looking for something that's going to happen overnight, this isn't it. You truly are going to have to put in the work, but I promise you, if you give me the best effort, I didn't say that you had to be perfect, but if you give me your best effort and do the best that you can, you will see the results. So my group is starting on July 11th. We will actually start the group on July 10th, and our first week is prep week. So we'll learn about clean eating. We'll learn about how to grocery shop on a budget. I'm going to give you meal plans and grocery list to really help get you on track. If that's something that you're interested in, doing, in the details of this event, you will see that there's an application for my challenge groups, because I want to make sure this is the right fit for you. Know that there is an investment. You do need to have a fitness program and Shakeology, but I'm going to give it to you at the best possible discounted rate because there are a lot of promotions and sales going on. So I'm super excited to have you guys, and I can't wait to get started. Know that it starts July 10th, so we've got this week to really get focused and get prepared. And so if you're interested, check out the application that's in the details, and I can't wait to hear from you guys.